Yes, that's what I love.
Okay. Hello, welcome to our Dream to Rise podcast. And we have a special guest, another guest whom I've met in Paris. And I'm so fortunate to have met her there in Paris. Both of us were invited to speak at the Ideas Global Conference. And I'm fortunate to have her with us today to share her story about how is it to be really uh, a life, what's this, a caregiver? It's so hard to be a caregiver. But before anything else, I would like to give a short introduction of our special guest. She is a transformational life coach, a certified business coach and consultant, a published author, motivational speaker, and caregiver advocate. So whether you're a caregiver, seeker, or self-improvement, or simply someone longing for positive change in your personal or business life, she is honored to be a part of your journey. Without further ado, let's all welcome Meriam Boldewijn. Did I get it right?
Woo, woo, you did it right. You did it right.
I was just worried about the pronunciation of your last name, but I'm glad I got it right. Welcome. Nice to see you again, Miriam.
Oh, so good to see you. You look so beautiful.
Oh, we all look so beautiful after that event.
Wasn't it amazing, that event? Let me make sure that I can hear you loud and clear. That event in Paris.
Uh-huh.
Wow,
Yeah.
amazing. I've met so many beautiful souls,
Yes.
Cynthia included.
Oh, you also included. That's why we got connected. You see, like attracts like. What do you call that? That
Energy
energy.
attracts energy.
Exactly. And that's the positive energy that we project to each other. And see, we
Yeah.
got magnetized.
Wow, that weekend, I don't know about you, but I didn't sleep very much in
Really?
Paris.
Why?
I was so hyped
Oh,
because
see?
of all the information I got, all those nuggets you shared, and all the other speakers. It was an amazing weekend.
Yes.
Yeah,
I hope we'll get the chance to be together again, Miriam.
we will. We
Yes,
will.
we will. Yes.
We will set the intention. The intention is there, so it will happen. I strongly believe that if the intention is there, it will happen.
Yes.
The only thing we have to do, Cynthia, is take action.
Exactly. And that willpower to do it, the willingness to do it.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Okay. So
Exactly.
let's start. Let's start because I'm so excited to let them hear your story. And before anything else, because I'm all into manifestation.
Hmm.
Do you believe in manifestation?
Oh, yes.
Ye-
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
How come other people I just had a podcast last night, and then she was saying, oh, a lot of people, manifestation is, sorry for the word, but this is the title, manifestation is bullshit.
Hmm. Hmm.
Why do they say it's a crap or something like that?
I think, if you're not ready, you're not ready.
Mhm.
That's all I want to say about this. If you're not ready, you're not ready. I mean, I have family members who are not ready yet.
Mhm.
They are not ready to manifestate what they want in life, where they want to go, what they want to do. I mean, you can manifest anything in life, right? So if you're not ready, that's okay. I mean, 30 years ago, I wasn't ready.
Mhm.
I gradually learned about manifesting what I want in life. Where do I want to go? What do I want to do? I gradually learned about manifestation.
But what
So,
made you be ready to push forward to move
Well,
forward?
that has to do with my story, of
Yes,
course.
okay. I would
So
have to
it has to do with my story, Cynthia, because 30 years ago, more than 30 years ago, first of all, you have seen how Miriam is. You have met me, you know how I am. I'm a happy, confident woman today.
Mhm.
I love traveling, both my husband and I. We are so addicted to cruising.
Oh,
So
that's
addicted to
fun.
cruising.
Yes.
Oh my God. We love to meet people from all over the world. And other than that, I've also owned a web shop in clothing for full-figured women, Cynthia.
Mhm.
And I'm still blown away that I have given so many beautiful women worldwide more confidence. You know, when I think of that, how I receive so many messages of, "Oh, hey, Miriam, thank you for the beautiful dress. I received so many compliments." That brought a smile to my face, and it still does.
Mhm.
But you have to know, it wasn't always like this. There was a time in my life when I was working full-time.
Mhm.
Besides working full-time, I was the cook, the chauffeur, the cleaner, the caregiver. My husband, Martin, wasn't doing well. He was a diabetic.
Mhm.
We weren't married yet, so he wasn't my husband yet. I mean, we weren't even dating for a year in 1998 when he started suffering from kidney failure. So it was hospital in, hospital out, hospital in, hospital out for
So you
4 years.
so you were still friends during that time? So no relationship?
Yes, we were in a relationship for a couple of months. Actually, we were dating.
Dating. Okay.
So he was my boyfriend.
Oh,
He
so
was my
he's
boyfriend.
already officially your boyfriend.
Yes, officially he was
Be-
my boyfriend.
Because I was wondering, I don't know who in the world would be caring for someone who's not in a relationship with a person.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
could see that your love, your compassion was there during
exactly.
that time. Yes, extending your support.
Yeah, so it was hospital in, hospital out, and it lasted for 4 years. After 4 years, he finally had a kidney pancreas transplant surgery. But Cynthia, during those 4 years, I wasn't taking good care of myself. And I remember it vividly. I remember the day. I can still see her with her beautiful smile and gentle voice, a social worker. She asked me a very simple question. Miriam, how are you doing?
Mhm.
And that's when I broke. I cried and sobbed for 15 minutes because of the heaviness that was all on my shoulders. Wow. I cried and sobbed like a child, and I was mad at myself. You know why? I didn't want my boyfriend to see me like that. I didn't want him to see a vulnerable Miriam. Because you see that big S, my superhero cape,
Mhm.
it fell off.
Mhm.
So when I got home that night, I literally looked in the mirror and I asked myself, Miriam, what about you?
Mhm.
What are you going to do for you? I knew the answer, but I couldn't get those words out of my mouth. And it felt really awkward looking in the mirror and asking yourself, hey, what about you?
Mhm.
So the next day we had a conversation. Martin, his name is Martin. Martin and I had a conversation, and the result of that was that I packed my bags, I boarded a plane, and flew back home to Suriname, South America. That's where I was born. I live in the Netherlands, but I flew back to Suriname for 1 week, leaving behind my boyfriend in the hospital who was recovering from a major surgery. But I had to do something, Cynthia. I had to do something. I didn't know what self-care was.
Mhm.
So in those 7 days, I rested, I slept, But most importantly, I reflected and I realized that I didn't know what self-care was. I started somewhere and I heard meditation music on the radio and it brought me so much peace. And I said, I want more of this. And this is how I started with meditation. There was so much going on in my head. And I started writing, okay, this is what I feel, this is what I feel. And this is how I started with journaling.
Mm-hmm.
So I gradually got out of burnout city.
Mm-hmm.
This is how I got out of burnout city. And I'm happy I did this. All of this happened in 2003.
Oh.
So I started investing in myself because that's what it is. I started enjoying those 5 minutes, sipping a cup of tea, 10 minutes meditation, 3 minutes in the morning of journaling, baby steps, baby steps. But it brought me so much peace and I got more energy to take care of my boyfriend. So a couple of years later we got married. we got
So did you
married.
go back after a week to him?
I went back. I
Oh.
went back to the Netherlands, and he had so many surgeries that we lost count. Many eye surgeries. He broke his ankle. I mean, I need 3 weeks to tell you all of it,
Oh
but
my.
we don't have much time. But anyways, I was at the office in 2012 when I received a phone call from Martin. We were married, and he said, "Hey, can you please call your brother Patrick?" And I said, "Why should I call my brother Patrick? I'm at the office." He said, "Please call him. I'm driving to his place right now." And when I called my brother Patrick, he was talking very strange.
Mm-hmm.
So I hung up and called the paramedics within 5 seconds because he was having a stroke while I was talking to him on the phone. He was paralyzed, partially paralyzed. I could feel the fear, the anxiety I had years ago when I was taking care of Martin. And I was reminded that I had promised myself to never, ever, ever go back to burnout city. So I started investing in myself again by asking for help, seeing possibilities, grabbing opportunities, focusing on my time management, socializing with friends, even though it was hard. But long story short, my brother, today, he can walk and talk again, thankfully.
Oh.
His right arm isn't functioning, but he lives on his own. He can take care. So both of these two beautiful men in my life need care, but they don't need 24/7 care. And I'm grateful for that. I have been on a tough journey. I literally pulled myself out of a mess. And because of my past experience and the lessons I've learned, I have the pleasure and the honor today to guide people who are looking for someone to guide them on their journey when it comes to self-discovery, overcoming limiting beliefs. And it doesn't matter if you're a caregiver. My heart lies with caregivers.
Yeah.
Because I'm a caregiver myself.
Uh-huh.
But I know that there is light at the end of the tunnel.
Amen. I agree. I agree with you.
There's light at the end of the tunnel, and many of us don't see that small bulb at the end of the tunnel because it's very small. And I'm right here to say, hey, I got you. I got you.
We are
Don't
here to carry or hold our arms.
Yes.
The bridge.
Yes. And as I'm telling this, I'm getting goosebumps because I know what it's like to be in such a situation. I know what it's like to be in the darkness. I know what it's like to feel alone sometimes, even if you have people around you. And when in 2020, I started writing my book, Caregiver 2.0, From Burnout to Powerhouse. And it started with journaling. And I met a friend online, and I told her my story. And when I looked at the screen, she was in tears, and I apologized. I said, "Oh I'm sorry. It wasn't my intention to make you cry. Maybe I should write a book." And that's when she said, "That's what I wanted to suggest. And I would be honored to guide you because I'm a writing coach." And I said, "No, I was just kidding. Who would want to read my book? Sorry, I was just kidding." And she said, "No, Meriam, I'm serious. You have no idea how many people you can help by sharing your story." And 2 weeks later, I started writing my book. That was in August 2020. And I self-published my book in June of 2021, in the midst of COVID. It became a bestseller on Amazon. And I am so, so, so grateful that I did, because one thing led to the other. And I became a coach. I started sharing my story, my experience, and all the techniques, all the nuggets. And I really thank God that I did it, because I am helping so many people.
Imagine, we experience the same limiting beliefs, the doubts, the fears, right? That's why it stops us from moving forward to really manifest the life we want to manifest.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's good to have people surrounding you who believe in you, who would lift you up, who would push you to your limits to discover your potential. I was also in that situation, but I am glad that that willingness was within you. The willingness to jump in, because look at what happened. Opportunities are actually at the borderline of that fear, borderline of your comfort zone. And if we won't jump in, I don't know what would happen, right? For me, I would rather jump in than live in regret. Now we're both living a very purposeful life,
Oh,
spreading joy and meaning to other people, and that's what we love.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. When I think back, if someone had told me 4 years ago, Cynthia, you're going to be an author, I would
See?
have said, I think you're mistaken. This is a mistake. You're mistaking me for someone else. If someone had told me, Miriam, you're going to be a certified business coach and consultant, you're going to help small business owners, thrive in both their personal and business life, I would have said, no, you're mistaking me for somebody else. If someone had told me, Miriam, you're going to transform people's lives, I would have said, no, I think you mean someone else. I think you have someone else in mind. But it all happened because I manifested it. I literally visualized it.
See? That's how you create your dream, by design. You
Yes,
visualize.
visualized it.
Yes.
Yeah. Before I start with my coaching with a client, I ask the universe for guidance. I ask for guidance. I ask for knowledge. I ask for health for both me and the client. How can I serve this client best? Because everyone is unique. Everyone is on their own journey.
Yes.
So that's what I did. That's how I work with my clients. And I tell my clients, please, you have to know this is the way I work. Okay. I ask for guidance, and I many people ask me, Meriam, how come you're always positive?
Mhm.
You're always positive. And I say, well, actually, there are moments when I'm like, because I'm also human.
Mhm.
But energy, how do they say this? Energy flows where energy
And
goes where energy
yeah,
flows.
yes, or
Right?
where your attention goes, energy flows.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And I love positivity.
Yes.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
I
But
mean, who
how do you stay positive? How do you do it?
well, what's the best? There are a couple of things that I do to stay positive. I
Mhm.
think about the end result. For instance, this morning, it's not that I wasn't positive,
Mhm.
but I thought, oh, today I have a conversation with Cynthia. Oh, we're gonna share nuggets. Let's do this. I was looking forward to it. My
Uh-huh.
mom-in-law, she will visit us in a couple of minutes from now, and she's almost 100 years. I am so looking forward to it, because it's a family, quality time with a family.
Mhm.
It's amazing. But I'm also looking forward to the next conversation with the client,
Uh-huh.
especially when I see them growing and growing and growing,
It gi-
right?
it gives you that fire. It keeps you motivated, right?
Exactly.
To push every
Exactly. And
morning.
many people think, oh, it should be those huge accomplishments. No.
Mhm.
I mean, I even had a client a caregiver, who took a shower after a couple of days.
Mhm.
That was a huge achievement for her.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
mean, for us, it's normal to take a shower daily,
Mm.
right? But she had to learn how to make and take time for herself.
Imagine for herself now. I I am in a position, in a situation wherein I'm trying to give my sister a break. She's taking care of our mom. She's
Hmm.
87.
Bless
And
her.
and I have suggested to get a caregiver. She's on Medicaid, but she's not willing to get a stranger in the house. But
Hmm.
I'm glad after a number of time of convincing her, she was able to meet this lady and she was happy. Now, I'm glad after convincing her to move here to Virginia so that all of us here could take turns in taking care of her. I'm glad and I'm so happy that she's now willing. So now we're taking steps. My sister, she'll be staying at my sister's place and then renovating the place so that it's it's manageable for her to use
Yeah.
the walker and then the wheelchair. So it takes time. It took us years, but
Hmm.
through prayers and convincing that, hey, mom, we're here to help you, to support you because we love you. And we're doing this because it is for you. It's for your own good. So it was, and I kept telling my sister, you really need to have a break. I know they've been telling me you're retired, but it's just that I try my best to visit her every now and then. Unlike before, it's like once a year or twice a year, but now sometimes it's every other month. But at least to give my sister a break. But I
That's very
know the
generous.
stress she's into.
Yeah. Caregiving is no cookie cutter.
Yes.
It's, and it's really hard, and it's so, well, now it's easier for me to say because I say yes to Miriam very often. And that means that I say no to others, even my loved ones. And that part was really hard for me because when you love someone, when someone is so dear to you, it is very difficult to say no. But I learned the hard way. If I don't say yes to Miriam more often, my cup will get empty.
Yes.
And I can only serve from my overflow.
Yes.
I can't serve from an empty cup.
Exactly.
So whether it's, many people ask me, Meriam, what do you do when you practice self-care? What is self-care? And I tell them self-care is anything that brings you peace. Whether it's that you're sneaking in your car, turning on the radio and singing, if that brings you peace,
Yes.
that is self-care for you.
Exactly. Yes.
It doesn't have to be a spa day, which is nice, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But it can be gardening, it can be journaling, it can be anything.
Can be just walking,
Walk in the nature,
enjoy
or
the nature. Yes.
call a friend,
Yes.
watch a funny video on TikTok and laugh until your belly hurts. That's self-care.
Yes.
Go to the movie alone. A couple of months I asked the client, do you like to go to the movie? And she said, well, yeah. Why don't you try to go to the movies alone?
Mm-hmm.
She said, alone? And I said, yes, try it. Try it.
Uh-huh.
Get out of your comfort zone. Try it. And she did it. And she texted me, this was amazing. I'm going to do this more often. And I said, you're welcome.
See, everything boils down to, I just posted a video on what are the little things that you value most and what is health and well-being, self-care. Because no matter how rich you are, you won't be able, if you're sick and you're on your deathbed, no one will be able to extend your life.
Yeah, that is so true. And this is why my brother, he has said it, this a couple of times. I got a second chance and I'm gonna live my life to the max.
Yes. Yes. That's the reason why we are given the chance, another chance to live, because you deserve to live the life to the
Yeah,
fullest.
yeah.
You have a purpose here on earth. Use your gifts and talent
Yeah,
to spread that light, to share that gift for others. And that is really living your purpose,
exactly,
benefiting others.
exactly. I tell people, if you can do something, don't postpone it.
Yes.
Don't postpone it. If you have everything, if you got the money, if you got the time, do it.
Yeah. If you want to
Because
travel, travel with your family, with your loved ones.
yeah, I mean, when Martin was on dialysis, we were traveling and people were like, whoa, why are you traveling? He's on dialysis. And I said, whether he's on dialysis here or on holiday, where it's sunnier, where it's better weather, I mean, we traveled so much during his dialysis time. We didn't postpone anything.
But it made a difference on him, how he viewed life, even though he was in a stage wherein he's he has this a lot of health issues. But with you seeing different countries, seeing the nature, seeing other people enjoying life, it perks him up.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. His energy is much better. Thankfully, he's doing much better today. And my brother also. But coming back to taking care of someone, communication is key.
Yes.
Communication is key. And this is also something I tell my clients, whether you're a caregiver or an individual, it doesn't matter. This goes for anyone. Communication is key. Because I am not in your head. That's
And
what
you
I
cannot
tell.
assume what they are thinking, right?
And it eats a lot of energy when there is miscommunication.
Mm-hmm.
Eats up a lot of energy. and your energy is so precious.
Yes.
So I am very, how should I say this? I protect my energy because I am a caregiver, I am a coach, I have clients, and when I'm with my clients, I want to give them all.
Yes.
And more.
That positive energy, because
Exactly.
they need to be lifted up, no? They
Yes.
need someone to
Yes.
lift them up.
So this is my story in short.
Yes, but it's so inspiring and it's so empowering, especially for the caregivers. And I've learned so much from you, Miriam. And the lesson I've learned from you is really self-care. I was about to ask you, but before that, what is now your goal within the this coming 12 months, this coming year?
So I'm happy you asked this. Because I just launched a 12-week program, and the name of that program is Shine.
Oh.
Shine, self-discovery, healing, insight, nurturing, and empowerment.
Wow, lovely. Lovely.
It is for anyone seeking purpose, fulfillment, and who wants to go on a self-discovery journey. It's group coaching, but there's always a possibility for one-on-one coaching because some people just want one-on-one coaching. And my goal with this program is to transform at least 1,000 people this year.
Wow.
That's my goal.
Mm-hmm.
At least
Great.
1,000 people worldwide. And in the meantime, I am triggering. I hope that I'm triggering people with all the motivational quotes, with all my videos on YouTube where I share nuggets, with all the thought-provoking questions.
Oh, yes. I've been watching you on those videos and I love them. And that's how we are able to show what we can do for other people. Just be out there. And I'm sure a lot of listeners and viewers are inspired. And
Yes.
and
Yes.
I think we should collaborate on this, because I'm planning to have also a group coaching thing. And
Okay.
and then let's see how
Yeah.
it work. So the
Yeah.
two of us could and then come up with this group coaching. Both of us could do this. And then why
And
not?
change people's lives.
Yes. And that's always the main purpose. Help others be transformed, help others live the life they love.
Yes.
Most of
Yes,
us
I
are
love that.
in that dark
I love that. And one more thing, another goal for the coming 12 months is to travel as much as I can. Not only because of for the traveling, but to meet people, to inspire people, to motivate people. No matter where I go, Cynthia, I'm always busy inspiring and motivating people.
And I know you're leaving for Barcelona, right?
Yes, I'm leaving for Barcelona in less than 2 weeks to speak and to inspire people. The topic is shock, and I will share a story about when I needed to call the paramedics because Martin was almost in a coma because his blood sugar was so low. But what I learned from shock, the power of shock, how I use shock as a tool, how I grew on a personal level. My mindset mastery I will talk about as well. So I can't wait to go to Barcelona, and I'm grateful because Martin is traveling with me to Barcelona. Yes, he will be there as well. He will travel with me
You
to
should
Barcelona.
you should have brought Martin with you so that we were able to meet each other.
Well, I wanted, but he was recovering from a foot surgery, so he wasn't able to travel. But the beautiful thing is he watched it online. So he saw you
Oh, really?
He saw you when you were speaking, he saw me when I was speaking. But I'm traveling to Barcelona and I can't wait to share nuggets, to share my experience so others can learn from it, because that is what I'm doing. I'm sharing my experience and I ask people to reflect on their own journey. This is what I learned.
Yes.
And it might help you as well. So I'm all into inspiring and motivating people, and I will do this for the rest of my life. But in the next 12 months, this program Shine, I will talk about your values. I will talk about self-compassion and acceptance. I will talk about cultivating resilience, embracing change and adaptability. I will talk about overcoming limiting beliefs.
Right.
And this program is not for you if you are not ready to be vulnerable.
Yes.
This program is not for you if you're not ready to take action steps.
So what would be the major roadblock for you not achieving this goal?
Once again, your question?
What do you think would be the major roadblock for you for not achieving this goal? Because I could already see this.
I can already see it. I mean, a roadblock to not do this? You mean to not do the program?
What do you think would be the major roadblock?
What will others think of me? Am I good enough?
Yeah.
Can I do this? Can I motivate others?
Yeah.
All roadblocks, all in the mind, that negative chatter in our mind.
Yeah.
I'm so often telling him, Cynthia, backseat. Years ago, not it. Well, we all have that negative chatter, right? And sometimes it wants to sit next to you. And then I say, backseat.
Yes. Just like what I shared, right? Embrace your fear, but let it stay at the other side. You're still in control of your steering wheel.
I shared this with someone who asked me a similar question. What do you do? What I do is think about, if I don't offer this program with so much knowledge of Meriam, how many people will suffer?
See, it is really leading to your purpose, right?
Too many people will suffer. And I can't do that. I have to offer this program. And the beautiful thing about this program is that it's group coaching. And I will put them in small breakout rooms so they can take action and try things right away, because that's where the power lies. Doing it.
Exactly. Taking action.
Taking action.
And another thing, when you put them on breakout rooms, they're more comfortable sharing themselves, more vulnerable, right?
Yes.
Because
and it helps because you're with like-minded people. I mean, we are all there to learn. We can learn from each other. You can learn from each other. How do you say this? Cultivate new skills. Is that the way to say it? And you get more confidence.
Yes, yes,
You
exactly.
get more confidence. So
that's the main reason why I created my Dream to Rise Inner Circle, because the main purpose of that is to help each one rise and shine. That's
I love that.
I just, it's not for me, but it's for them to move to the next level so they may be able to spread their light for others who are also in need. That's the only objective.
Well, honestly, I think it's also for you. You know why I say this? Because I know that when I see people grow,
it gives you so much joy and fulfillment.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I always tell them I'm a coach, I'm a teacher, but I'm also a student, okay?
Yes, exactly.
I don't know everything.
Exactly. And I learned from each one of them.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. So
Oh
yeah,
my,
I'm
it
really
was
excited.
I'm excited for you, Miriam. And I'm always here watching you grow. All of us are growing. Me learning from you as well.
Yeah.
And before we end, Miriam, what would be the simple advice you would like? I know you focus on self-care, but what would be your simple advice to the listeners?
Oh, I have several things. The first one, remember that you are worthy of a wonderful life too. Second one, treat yourself with the same love and compassion you so freely give to others. And the last one I want to leave them with is, it's actually a question.
Uh-huh.
Do you love yourself? And if the answer is yes, tell me within 15 seconds, what do you do to show that you love yourself?
Very nice. Well, it's good to end it with a question. This time.
Thought-provoking question again.
Yes, I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah.
So, how can our listeners get in touch with you, Miriam?
I'm all over the place. But you can find me via my website, meriamboldewijn.com, my first and last name.com. You can find me on Instagram, my first and last name, Facebook, first and last name, TikTok, first and last name, LinkedIn, Twitter. But
Wow.
my website is, you can find all the social media icons on my website.
What is your
Yeah,
website, the website?
Meriam Boldewijn, my first and last name.com.
Okay.
And if you go to the programs, because I also offer a 21-day program for caregivers, that's a do-it-yourself, just $53. I mean, lunch is more expensive than
And
this
then
program.
probably save your money from going to Starbucks coffee every day, right? Which is
It's a
like $6.
do-it-yourself, yeah. And then there's the 12-week program, which starts, by the way, May 29th. We start next month.
Okay.
So I highly recommend everyone to sign up, because it's gonna be an amazing 12-week journey. I can't wait to pour into others. I can't wait to inspire. I can't wait to work together, and motivate everyone, because I know it's gonna be an amazing 12 weeks.
I'm sure. So, thank you so much, Miriam. I know you have a long line for today, a long activities for your with your mom-in-law, and
Yes.
I'm truly grateful to have you here at in this podcast. And she is a proof of dreaming and rising up again. From the dream to rise is really for those who are really coming from the trauma, rising up, evolving, and now look, impacting other people. Thank you.
Yes.
And it was an honor to have you here, Miriam. And I wish you all the best in all your endeavors.
Oh, likewise. And thank you so much for having me as your guest. I really appreciate it.
Anytime.
I
Yeah.
can't wait to chat
Yes.
soon.
Yes. Let's have a chat. Let's schedule that one time. Okay.
We will
Okay.
do.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so
And
much.
to our next episode, to our listeners, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, this is Cynthia Concordia from Dream to Rise. Bye.